What's going on YouTube? We got When Girls Use Streamers for Clout by A Bando. Let's get straight to the video.
Lacey has become one of the biggest streamers in the world over the past year and a half, accumulating hundreds of thousands, if not millions of fans.
What's good, brother?
All over the world, and even becoming a key part of the FaZe Clan organization. But even with all of this major success in just a short amount of time, Lacey would still face some ongoing problems throughout his very young streaming career. And most of these problems all stem back to just one girl. But who exactly is this girl and how is she negatively affecting Lacey's career? Well, that's probably what you're here to find out. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the tribe house with the biggest trapper. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. And with all of that being said, let's get into how one girl is ruining Lacey's career. So Lacey, who has only been around the streaming community for a very
Bro got queso breakfast meal. Damn. Only one apple pie? Damn, you didn't get two of them?
brief amount of time, sparked his first ever live stream a lot earlier than people may think. He went live for the very first time way back in May of 2020, and he was playing Fortnite, which was the first ever shooting game his parents ever allowed him to play, because with him having strict parents, he wasn't allowed to play or even watch people play games like Call of Duty growing up. But unlike most creators who try to start a streaming career from literally nothing, Lacey actually averaged some pretty good numbers for his first ever live stream. He streamed for almost 2 hours and averaged about 77 viewers, while peaking at a high of 143 concurrent viewers. But oddly enough, Lacey chose not to build on this momentum at all. Instead, he chose to live the life of most normal teenagers, working 2 jobs at Walmart and Panera Bread, while also dedicating most of his time to sports like basketball. But when he wasn't at work or on the court, Lacey began using a lot of his free time to start watching Twitch streamers such as Aiden Ross and Clicks, who's also a very important part to this entire story. So with Lacey being more of a newer gamer and his favorite game at the time being Fortnite, when he wasn't playing the game himself or with his friends, he would find himself on Twitch watching some of the best players in the world play live. And of course, this is where Lacey came across Clicks for the very first time. And if you don't know, Clicks has been one of the biggest Fortnite creators in the space for literally years now. But when Lacey started watching Clicks, he wasn't just any regular viewer within the chat. He realized that Clicks had a $5 text-to-speech on, which allowed viewers to donate $5, and any message that they chose to send with this $5 would be heard by Clicks and the entire chat as well. So this is where Lacey ended up getting the bright idea to troll Clicks throughout the course of his entire stream, making endless donations with funny messages at the perfect times. And while Clicks would end up getting extremely upset with some of these trolling messages, the chat on the other hand loved it and found it extremely funny.
And I lost that job, and around that time is when I started donating to Clicks, because I was just using my paychecks. Like, he would have $5 TTS on, so if you donate $5, it plays your message on the screen. And for some reason, I was really good at like timing things. So if he died in a game, or if I saw he was about to die, I would have it up on my second monitor, type in my message and send it and time it. So right when he died, it would be like, damn, no way you just died to that guy and your girl's getting a train ran on her right now. Just stuff like stupid stuff like that. And at the time when you die in a game, like you're already annoyed, and then you hear that in your ear right after, and he would get so mad, and I would like get high off of it. And then this went on for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, me just troll donating $5. I probably spent like $800, $900. And at the time that was a lot to me because I was making $400 a month working at Panera.
And spending this money would end up becoming extremely worth it for Lacey, because not only would it get him extremely known within Clicks' community, all of this trolling will also lead to him getting invited to a Discord call with Clicks himself for the very first time, and let's just say it was extremely toxic.
What's good?
Yo, Lacey, bro.
You bitch!
Yo, are you being dead ass right now, Lacey?
You!
How old are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm 19. Scamming piece of shit.
How the f am I scamming piece of shit, you motherfucker?
All you do is scam your bitch, motherfucker! I wish I see you IRL, because you know what I would do?
Let me know what you would do, bro.
Holy fuck. I would walk up to you, right? I'd beat the absolute fuck out of you, and then I would curse on you in GTA, bro. You're my good little bitch.
I'm not your good little bitch. Stop with that. All you have on me
sound like a young little
I've cheated on 3 times. I'm not gonna sit here talking to a 17-year-old day. So you enjoy your day. You're a piece of shit, and we'll be in touch.
So this interaction between Clicks and Lacey would end up going extremely viral all over social media. And even though Lacey didn't have any real plans of becoming a content creator himself, he was smart enough to realize that he had to capitalize on all of this momentum he was gaining. So in late 2023, he would start taking streaming much more seriously, and he also started being much more consistent as well. And by the start of 2024, Lacey was streaming basically every day, building his own community, and all of this would even lead to him meeting his favorite streamer turned friend Clicks for the very first time. Now, obviously, being around Clicks changed Lacey's life for the better, but with him being around Clicks so much, it also brought a person into his life who may currently be doing more harm than good.
Not gonna lie, I thought he gonna drop the water or spit the water at Lacey behind him. The way he drunk that bottle. I'm sorry. I was looking at Clicks the whole time.
You see, while hanging around Clicks and becoming very known within Clicks' community, he also came across a girl who was often associated with Clicks as well that went by the name of Darla. And with the two of them already being known by basically the same community, it led to them collaborating a lot. They often spent a lot of time together on stream and seemed to have a very flirty relationship, which also led to many people assuming that Lacey and Darla were secretly dating off stream. But the two of them always managed to shut those rumors down whenever they came up, and they would claim that they were just friends, even though I'm sure the whole world could tell that Lacey had some sort of feelings for her. Not to mention, during this time, Lacey was quickly becoming one of the breakout streamers on Twitch, seeing drastic increases in both his follower and viewer count. And while that was going on, as I said, Darla was heavily involved within Lacey's content for a very long time. I mean, it even got to the point where fans online would even refer to Darla as Lacey's girlfriend. And of course, that will all lead to her social media shooting up as well. In fact, Lacey was becoming so popular during this time as well that in mid-2024, it was announced to the world that he would be a part of the official FaZe Clan rebuild, and this is where everything would completely change for Lacey. Lacey started hitting the heights of his career, seeing extreme peaks in all of his numbers, but unfortunately, during this special era, things would start to crash between him and Darla. You see, after fans did their FBI work, and Lacey himself even caught Darla in multiple lies that included things as bad as lying about her location, flirting with other guys, and even linking up with one of her exes.
She puts his hand in his lap. They start like, they're like touching each other's hands and shit. His hand's on her thigh. He's rubbing up and down her thigh. He's got one arm around her waist at one point, like on her. Just like touching each other. And she just I just witnessed her get off the phone with her boyfriend saying she loves him.
Like, whether you like it or not, Darla and Bryce, I never lie, they're locked in. Just know that I said that. They're locked in. You will see them months from now, and you're gonna realize it's not a lie. You're literally going to realize it's not a lie.
So you're telling me Darla and Bryce orchestrated this whole thing for her to basically use me for clout?
Yes. Oh, and let's talk about the contract. So
after finding all of this out, this made Lacey look extremely crazy on the internet because this is someone who Lacey did a lot of content with, and like I said, fans literally were calling her his girlfriend. So to have all of this be brought to the public eye, it definitely made Lacey feel a little embarrassed and maybe even heartbroken as well. And with fans quickly piecing together the puzzle, Lacey knew that he had to spark a stream to tell the world the truth.
You going to see your ex and lying about it to me is crazy. You can't come on a yacht because you're going to Tampa to see your family and then lying and going and hanging out with your ex. That is not maturity. That's being telling me you're gonna come see me and talk to me when I haven't seen you in 2 weeks, but then tell me last minute you can't make it in time because you're golfing with your ex. That's not maturity. That's being a whore. And then pulling the bullshit. It's called maturity. You could be friends with your ex. Cool. Go ahead and be friends with your ex. But there's clearly something going on when you're lying about where you're at to go see your ex. I did all this shit for you, right? For you to go back the day you get home from LA and see your ex and get in an argument with him about me. I don't care. I'm airing it out.
And how popular the two.
I don't understand why you're dating someone who's doing successful with his social media, acting, sports, or whatever, but you still decide to cheat on them. Like that's like you're dating an NFL player that's doing good, making $50 million a year, and you decide to cheat on him, going to your ex. Like, I don't understand. You're with someone who's doing good on Twitch streaming, so good that he's a part of a clan the FaZe Clan from back from years ago when he did when they're doing the rebrand, and yeah, you gonna meet your ex, lie to him, say talking about, oh, you got something to do, but you're playing golf with your ex. Why? I'd rather you just tell him, oh, we can't do this anymore, I'm breaking up, and then go to your ex. I mean, he gonna be mad about it, but at least you're mature enough and break things off. Cause now now she's just getting some action and getting some bread at the same time. Like cheat on him and being with him to get some action, if you know what I mean, and they get bread from Lacey. I really don't understand that.
Of them have gotten while they were creating content together. The news of all of this ended up spreading across the entire streaming community rather quickly, and it was clear that it left Lacey in a bad headspace. But luckily, even though Lacey was going through all of this with Darla, he already had some great friends in his corner who would make sure he was okay during the entire situation. So with having such a great group of friends around him in FaZe Clan, this is where Lacey decided to turn all of this embarrassment and heartbreak into a serious grind. He was already in the gym prior to all of this even happening, but after the entire situation that had just transpired, he decided to lock in even more, and that led to a massive weight loss rather quickly. But that was nowhere near the end of the success Lacey had. In September of 2024, FaZe Clan would start their first ever group subathon, and this 30-day never-ending stream would end up changing every member of FaZe Clan's life, including Lacey's. During this month alone, Lacey reached the viewers that he's never seen before, while also accumulating well over 50,000 active Twitch subscribers, and this all led to him becoming a top streamer within the country as well. So it's safe to say that subathon definitely helped Lacey get through his situation, or so it seemed at least, because even during this subathon and months after, Lacey did a variety of streams with multiple girls, some of which did OF, others may have just been TikTok.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Low-key got blamed on 82. I don't understand Twitch streamers bringing... Nah, not a little bit Aiden, but mostly Deshae Frost. I don't understand bringing up OF models to your live stream so they can promote their stuff. Like, why? And then, comes to find out they smash all that stuff. Apparently, one of them have an STD. If you know what I'm talking about, even though they didn't do live streaming. But, yeah, and it's like, why? Well, why bring OF model to your live stream? It's weird.
Famous, but none of these girls really became a long-lasting character on Lacey's stream or really developed a serious bond with him at all. I mean, there was maybe one girl who may have gotten a little close to Lacey throughout the subathon, but that all ended pretty quickly due to K-San.
I don't want you to get played with, bro. Why am I being a bad person for not wanting my homie to get played with?
It has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that that's just something that personal and private should not be brought on the internet.
Yo, bro, he asked the question, I answered the question. Straight up. I'm sorry.
Man, look at the chicken making me hungry. Because I'm black? Damn, I'm hungry.
I'm sorry that happened. Bro, and I think it's weird that she tried to f with you when she sucked my... That's weird. Oh my God.
Anyways, as I was saying, none of these girls really caught Lacey's attention at all.
And stuff like that too. A Twitch streamer or somebody else know the OF, they smash. Weeks later, probably a month later, you brought her in, didn't know about it. You probably kissed her, you know what I'm saying? But, that stuff happened.
But this would eventually lead to him going back to some rather bad habits. Over the past few months, whenever Lacey took a trip to a certain state or announced he was going somewhere for a few days, fans that didn't really have lives would begin doing some detective work, and this led to them piecing together some Snapchat stories and things like that may have indicated that Lacey and Darla was spending some time together off stream, but as soon as any of these claims came towards Lacey's attention, he would quickly deny them. It wouldn't come until recently where it became basically undeniable that him and Darla were in fact talking again and spending time together in private, and this would probably be the worst thing that's happened so far in Lacey's career because it led to a magnitude of drama.
Right? But it's also because I knew that you guys were just spamming me, and then I was just ignoring it. So I figured I might as well just be completely honest. Last night I went out to dinner with a group of people, and yes, Darla was there. We went to dinner.
Even Lacey's closest friends would have to tell him the very harsh truth in order to snap him back into reality. But unfortunately, it seems like all of the drama that's stemming from this really just started becoming a bit too much for Lacey, because not only was his own community upset with him, his closest friends and people that he calls brothers were extremely disappointed in him as well, which unfortunately led to Lacey announcing his indefinite break from streaming.
I saw everything people were saying because of decisions I was making, and I thought that it was me against the world, everyone hates me, and I was victimizing myself, to be honest, and trying to use that to cope, knowing I was making bad decisions. I'm gonna explain to you guys where I'm at mentally and where I've been mentally over these past few weeks, months. I know my friends are upset with me and I let them down, and that hurts me more than anything because those are the people I love and genuinely care about. And seeing them upset with me because I'm not putting myself first and I'm letting other people take advantage of me over and over and over again, and what not only me but we've built as a group. And that hurts me. But another thing is seeing my community let down by me, which is never what I wanted. I never wanted to let any of my friends or my community down. I don't do this. I've never done this, but I'm gonna be taking some time away from streaming. I don't know how long. I don't know when I'll be back. You guys know me. It probably won't be long, but I'm gonna go.
Now, I do think that it's good that Lacey's taking a break, because we all know that the internet is a very harsh place, and it's even worse when the people closest to you are disappointed in you as well. But this isn't really the first time we've seen like an attractive girl try to take advantage of an upcoming streamer. This has happened with all types of streamers who've blown up within the last few years. Women who usually do some form of OF or social media in general tend.
I forgot about this weirdo. I forgot this guy. I think he called down for a bit, but oh my god.
They just spawn around streamers who seem a bit more on the nerdy side, or maybe they just look like they didn't get many girls prior to the fame and money. And these types of girls usually just come around these streamers and act like they like them or date them for a few weeks or months, whatever the case may be, to literally just use them and take advantage of their popularity. I mean, just look at Jinxie and Brecky Hill, for example. That was literally one of the most random things I've ever seen. But situations like this is exactly what ended up happening to Lacey. Thankfully though, he does have a great group of people around him who only want the best for him, and they're not going to allow a person like that to just come into his life and ruin everything that he's built. So hopefully this break away from streaming doesn't last too long or negatively affect Lacey's career. I personally think he'll come back to his senses rather quickly and return back.
Some dudes is suck my meat, buddy. Wait, Nightbot? You can make Nightbot do that? That's crazy.
To streaming soon, but that's just my personal opinion. As you guys know, the only opinion that really matters to me is you guys' opinion. So with that being said, be sure to let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think that Darla is ruining Lacey's career, or do you think that it's Lacey's fault because he keeps going back to her?
Yeah, just what Flight be saying. These hoes don't love you. Kind of, basically. But, yeah, I don't understand it. I don't know why I can't go back to the girl that almost messed you up or cheat on you when you're doing, like, you're doing so big, but, you know, a situation happened with a female, and then it fall off between you and her. You build yourself back up, and then months go by, you went back with her. Don't understand it. But, yeah, at the end of this video, hope you guys like it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I am out.